Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my 7th lesson of D4 chapter number 3 exercise 3A, that is about the simple and combined events. In this lesson I will discuss question number 10 intermediate level with my students. Let me read the question first and underline important terms of the question. Question says 3 daughter-in-law of Mr. Chen are awaiting for the arrival of their bundles of joy within a year. List the sample space of the sexes of 3 babies, given that the babies are equally likely to be either a boy or a girl. Hence find the probability that Mr. Chen will have. The first one is 3 grandsons, 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter, and 1 grandson and 2 granddaughters. Okay, let's try to understand the question and meaning of the question. 3 daughter-in-laws of Mr. Chen are happily awaiting for the arrival of bundle of joys at the end of this year. Means that 3 of his daughter-in-laws are going to give birth to babies. So there are the chances, if the first daughter-in-law gives birth to a child, then there are the chances that he can have a boy or a girl, and the second also can have the same chance, that a boy or a girl, and for third daughter-in-law, again chances are that either she can give birth to a boy, baby boy, or a girl. Now what we have to do, first of all we have to list all possible outcomes of these 3 sexes. Okay, so what we have to do is, this question is similar to the toss of the coin 3 times. Those students who will be finding difficulty in making the sample space, they can take the help from there as well. First of all, I'm constructing the sample space for 2 ladies. That sample space for 2 ladies will be that she can have boy with boy, they can have boy with boy, or boy with girl, or girl with boy, and girl with girl. Now I have to repeat this process with the third lady. Okay, sample space that boy and boy, boy and boy, boy and girl, boy and girl, and then boy girl, and then boy, and boy girl and girl, and then girl boy and boy, girl boy and girl and girl, and then we can have girl and boy, and girl and girl. This is how we will be completing the sample space for these 3 babies. Okay, now we can see that there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 possible outcomes. Now the first part of the question says that he will have 3 grandsons. Now look, out of 8 chances, how many chances are there? We are getting only one place where we are getting all 3 grandsons. So probability of 3 grandsons will be equal to 1 by 8. The second is 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter, and 1 granddaughter. Okay, first look at the sample space and see how many times and how many situations are there where we are getting 2 grandsons. Okay, 2 grandsons, 2 boys and 2 boys. Okay, 2 boys. So there are 3 chances, so 3 by 8, and the last one is 1 grandson and 2 granddaughters. 1 grandson, probability 1 grandson and two granddaughters, two granddaughters, daughters. So what we have to do is one grandson, one grandson, okay, one grandson, one boy, one boy. This is the situation where we are getting one boy and two girl, and one boy and two girl. So again, there are 3 chances out of 8 chances where we are getting one grandson, one boy and two girl. I hope you are clear about this situation. And let's move to question number 8, and let's read the question from the book. Question 8 says, bag P contains a red, a blue and a white marble. Okay, now question says that the bag P contains a red, a blue and a white marble, and bag Q contains a blue and a red marble. Okay, so the marbles are identical except for their colors. In both the bags, the marbles, they are of the same size, same structure, but except for their colors are different. Okay, a marble is picked up at random from both bags P and Q. List all possible outcomes of the sample space. We have 2 bags with us, and in those bags we have in one bag we have 3 counters. Suppose these 3 counters are in bag 1 and 2 counters in bag 2. Okay, these 2 counters are in bag 2. So what we have to do is we have to pick up one counter from bag one, each bag, and we have to analyze all possible outcomes. So if I'm picking up a green counter from this bag, okay, from the first one, there are the chances that I can pick up the green again from this, or red again, or blue. So in this way we are going to analyze all possible outcomes. So let's move to the solution of the question, that bag first, or bag P. Bag P has P. How many counters or marbles or balls? Red, blue and white, and bag Q, only 2. They are red and blue. Now what we have to do is that we have to first write down the sample space, outcomes of the sample space. So sample space will be equal to red with red, red with red, red with blue, red with blue, and then blue with red, blue with red. Okay, blue with red and blue with blue, blue with blue, white with red, white with red, white with blue, white with blue. Okay, now there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 possible outcomes in this case. Now the point that we have to understand here is that in bag P there are 3 counters or marbles. One is red, one is blue and one is white. If I'm picking up any one of the marbles from bag P, the chances of picking up of a red marble from bag P will be 1 by 3, and blue will be also, and white will also be 1 by 3. So from bag P, the chances for the picking up of any type of marble will be 1 by 3. Then for bag Q, we have only 2 marbles, one is red and one is blue, so they will have the probability 1 by 2, 1 by 2 each. So coming to the question, that find the probability that 2 marbles selected are of the same color, probability of getting the marbles of same color. The first part is probability of same color, that means one chance is red with red, where we are getting the same color, and then the another place is we have the chance blue with blue. So probability of red with red, red red, and plus probability of blue blue, blue blue. Okay, so red from the first bag has a chances 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2 plus blue 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2, and this can take the form 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, which is equal to 2 by 6, and which is equal to 1 by 3. Okay, then blue and red, probability of blue and red. The second part is probability of blue and red. Red. Okay, now how many chances are there where we are getting probability of blue and red, probability of blue and red, red blue and blue red, red blue and blue red. So what we are going to do is probability of red blue plus probability of blue red, and this can give me a red from the bag P has the chances 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2 plus blue from the first bag 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2, and this is again 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, which is equal to 2 by 6 and 1 by 3. Okay, the next one is are of the different colors. Probability of getting the marbles of different colors. Okay, now what we have to do is that we have the answer for probability of same color with us. So probability of different colors equals to 1 minus probability of same color. So try to use every new concept before exam in your working, so that you should have the practice of that concept. So 1 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 3 minus 1 by 3, and which is equal to 2 by 3. I hope you are clear about this question, and let's move to question number 9, and let me read the question from the book. Question 9 says that a two-digit number is formed by using the digits 1, 2 and 3. Repetition of the digits is allowed. List the sample space. So what we have to do, we have to make a two-digit number. We all know that two-digit number starts from 10 and ends at 99. Now we have 3 cards with us. We have to use these 3 different cards, and we have to make two-digit numbers, and we can like replace the card as well. So the sample space will be like this. Sample space. Okay, for the two-digit numbers, that first I can make a two-digit number like 11, and then 12, and then 13, and then as a repetition is allowed and possible, so I can make 21, I can make 22, and I can make 23, and then 31, 32, and 33. So these are the possible outcomes, and total outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Outcomes are there. Find the probability that the two-digit number formed is divisible by 3. First part, probability divisible by 3. Okay, so what we have to do for this part is divisible by 3. So see how many numbers are there which are divisible by 3. 12, that's divisible by 3. 21, okay, 1, this is 2, and then 33. So 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 by 9, which is equal to 1 by 3. Okay, the second part is a perfect square. The second part is probability of getting a perfect square. So look how many perfect squares we are getting: 11, 12, 13, 21, 22, 23. And okay, there is no number which is the perfect square, so 0 by 9, or which is equal to 0. The next part is the prime number, probability of getting a prime number. So how many times we are getting prime numbers? 11, 1, 13, this is 2, then 23, this is 3, and 31, this is the fourth prime number. So 4 by 9 are the chances, okay, or the probability where we are getting the prime numbers. And the next part is the composite numbers. Fourth part is probability of composite numbers. So how many composite numbers out of 9 are with us? 12 is the composite number, then 21 is the composite number, 2, 22, this is third composite number, then fourth composite number, and fifth composite number is 33. Okay, let me recheck this. 12, this is the first composite number, this is the second composite number, third, fourth, and fifth. 5 by 9. I hope you are clear about today's discussion. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.